Well, sad to see I have the seats removed just in order to get a crawling space all the way into the fuse box junction underneath the dashboard. What I found out was last week, even last week it happened, that the fuse for the rear brake lights just keep on popping as soon as I connect it. So I'll get some assistance or advice from a professional just before I continue this. Well, I've gone to Wong's place to pick up this set of old 626 wire, part number GB22. So it's the same ones that I'm having now in the car. So I suspect, hopefully I'm wrong, but I suspect part of this back side of the wire could be shorted out. That caused the continuous blowing of the fuse of the tail light bracket. And looking at this cover or the mapping, so this is the fuse that just keep on popping. What I found is actually through the mess and horror, not only me but Wong did give me some useful advice. It's all because of this connection here. So actually there was misuse, but anyway, I've taken out the old piece of wire that kept on shorting out, and that caused the havoc, so I've thrown it out. At least if you want, you replace something with this, it looks like this, wouldn't get short. Nah, please don't do that at home. Take forever. Let's check the front wheel arch. Same measurement, perhaps different tires. 680 now. So let's check the one at the rear. 50. So I've checked the left and the right side is actually both the same. Well, I can't take anything videoing on the left because of the limited space. So left and right balance is not a big issue. It's within plus minus of less than an mm. From the ground, front, I suspect it has gone up about 40 millimeters. The back is also up about 20 millimeters. So in overall, it's still some weight issue. I still have some seats and whatever to add in, plus a front tire that needs to go back at the front, and some air conditioning that I've yet to finish up at the front there also. So those should get it more or less within the 20 millimeters back to the original spec. At least I'm getting the brake lights, the signal lights, and the number plate lights, so all are in orders. Even the tail lights turn on when I switch on the headlights. Haven't checked the third brake light yet, but as long as that is working, I'm not too concerned about that. So the progress with the wirings and all that, with the help of this mess of chaos, so finally I made that little change, so all is back in order, and just in time. We still might have maybe a couple of minutes left on daytime. Just well, I could just sneak in a few rounds around the house area. Let's go for it. Well, for this test drive, I actually wanted to put in the meters, the volt and amp meters, but unfortunately, as soon as I press on the accelerator, the voltmeter pops. I'll show you the result later. But now with the limited time, I think I'll be able to rush this test run. I'll just rely on the amps. So I'll recheck on the controllers and the battery voltage after the drive. Well, it's totally dark now. Any available lights are camera effect. Well, it might be too dark to read anything here, but I'll try to see if the camera could get anything. Even my pulse terminal, I've reversed it. There's my voltage. I could just get some lights down here. Well, we have been driving it a little bit harder than I was driving it on the first trial run. Much harder, in fact. So of course, I guess consumption of battery should be much higher. So after the 10 kilometers, I could only count it in amps for now. I don't have an amp hour counter yet, so it's 147.5, so it might have a little bit of sagging, and I still have to my intention is still have to run it down all the way at least 144. That's my target. 144. At 144, and then I will start to recharge it. Well, it's another day rest finally for me, so I could have some time with the car, and with the blown out voltmeter. Well, this thing is installed, but what I could do, I still could get the values through the terminals and into a voltmeter. So the plus and minus signals are here. Should be able to get that. And what an angle! Sorry, mate. I'll put that. That clumsy me. Put that about there so everyone can read. I'll take the voltage just before we start on this journey here. We have 148.5. So let's I'm planning to do lunch today, so let's go. So after the long trip, you know, I was everywhere. I even looked for a mechanic, for a alignment center to align the wheels, but unfortunately due to the holiday, no one is in operation. So I actually done the record mileage, or so far at least. I've done now 52.4 on fuel. So let's check on the voltage again. So the voltage would be let's see, could get this right here. We have 146.4 now, exactly on the spot where I've just parked in the parking spot at the Porsche. So this would be our little meal, and so let's get back to work. Okay, for the next test drive, I have actually planned to make a trip back to my workplace, just to test the range and the consumption and whatsoever. So I've added the rear view mirror so I could get a view at the back. So all is good. Let's go for the test drive then. What I could see, we are almost there. So might be less than 5 kilometers away. So far so good. Able to keep up with traffic, so it's not any close performance as the one in front of me, but still good. Kept up with daily traffic, I could say. Well, brakes, as I get the longer I use it, maybe the rust and whatever. The longer I use it, the better it gets. The only issues still remains are the issues. So that one I will have to send it to a mechanic to settle that problem. I am in no way a qualified mechanic, so that is beyond my capabilities. Third gear seems to be the sweet gear here. Maybe 90% more of it. It's all done in third gear. All what I could Test drive, test drive. Now we are making our journey back. I gotta go home before the day turns dark. We actually get home before it gets dark. In the housing area. So we are now back at home. Finished the trial. I've totaled up the journey. The journey is about the Taco now reached 104.9 kilometers. Means the whole trip I've done 52.5 kilometers plus the little short test drive that we drove around the housing estate near my workplace. So that's the result, and now I am taking down the voltage. First minute I've took down, second minute I've took down. Now it's time for the third minute. It's back to 143.2 now. 143.2 volts. So I think more or less the pack should be ready for charging. So the last time I put in, it was with the voltmeter. As per build, you can see it actually, the voltmeter actually burned out. There was a puff of smoke in here and a small little pop, which you can see all the dark spot around the wires and so that would leave a small souvenir, plus a don't know if this was used to be the voltmeter. So the voltmeter has retired. I think one of the capacitors blown out, and the effect, the phenomena could be, as per usual, stuff are trying to power up the motor because of the high surge of amps. So now it's starting to be more or less like my room, the mess here I've created. So the amp meter is down there, the volt, and the annoying sound is actually from the BMS. I've actually hooked up the power supply there temporarily, just to try it out how annoying it could be, just to show you guys. And it's hopeless. I hope it at least could count my amp hours, and somehow I'll take away the alarm. At least I could use the only function that I see useful for me would be the state of charge bar, which it does count amp hours. So I don't mind having that. If it could give me amp hours count, I'll be more than happy. But for now, it's saying that it can't read the batteries. So that has been the main problem since day one. All the connection I've last checked before I put the whole thing in was all connected, and I had the manual. This is the BMS manual. It's been in the car. I've read it, I fixed it, I tried to retune it, nothing happens. So I'll shut it out if this M hour counter works. So I'll keep that as an M hour. So let's go for a drive, and though this gives a different reading, I am actually looking at the difference of voltage during the drive, just to get down the data. So here goes. Sorry guys for the annoying thing. I'm still gonna test out the M counting, which I doubt will work with the alarm moving on. So the voltmeter sort of work, and meters as usual on first gear. Well, it's consume much more less amps if I could learn how to move from first. So no popping up of the voltmeter, means wirings and all go fine. So the nearest port that I could have in my house is this one, just underneath the mains. So not that one, in the clutters of stuff. So that is the nearest plug, and that is the one that I plan to use for my daily charging. It's just next to the meter down here, so it's convenient, and it's in the driveway. So it's time to give the car a charge. So simple, just a cord and on the plug, and it should get some juice in. Now it's all connected. Once the power is feeding, the fan comes on, and I suspect something very wrong by the indication of this LED blink. Red green means it is disconnected, but it's all connected now. The only thing left is the BMS is not on. My worst fear. I have to somehow connect the BMS before the charging starts. With the BMS there screaming, you know, and power fed in, cooling fans are running, though it still shows signs of no charging. Constant green means it's repairing. It's brand new, no repairing need. You just need to charge, you know, if you somehow can. I think I've drained the batteries to a stage where they are ready to charge, but that's the setback about not testing a charger before you install the battery. This is a tough one to swallow. The charger couldn't run after spending hours on it. I think the next best thing would be to consult someone or look at the net. or ask you guys out there watching, if you know how to bypass an Alcon charger CAN bus. I really could use that. I really want to. The CAN bus is actually the one that is what do you call, that is blocking the charger, that is not allowing charge. So if I could bypass that, I should be good. But now I've nothing, not even a manual on an Alcon charger. So I'll try to find somewhere or ask someone, So thanks again guys for watching. I not got much done for this week other than just testing the car, draining the batteries, and now I can't recharge now I still can't recharge the batteries to get this guy down to the wirings and also the cushion shop. So see you guys some other time then.